Disco music was made particularly popular in the 1970s, and it incorporates elements of funk, pop, soul, salsa, all sorts of music. Disco music, it really has a driving feel to it. It's really upbeat. People love to dance to it, and your groove playing should reflect this. This is one where we can really try and sit on top of the beat. Like many other types of music, this really is a music for dancing. And in this case, the backbeat is key. Okay? When I talk about the backbeat, I'm talking about the snare drum on 2 and 4. We can aid this by keeping the bass drum really simple and using, for example, a 4 to the floor feel. Here's how that would sound between the bass drum and the snare drum. This adds a real sense of drive and forward momentum to the groove, and it's really clear and simple, so when people are on the dance floor dancing away, they don't have to think about what the drums are doing to stay in time. We often hear tighter, more controlled sounds on the drum kit, with the hi-hats playing a key role. In this example, we're going to use 16th notes, or semiquavers. Another technique commonly employed on the hi-hats is the use of open and closed sounds, with the open sounds often on the offbeats. Here's a few examples. Fills should be used sparingly. When delivered well and with real conviction, these can add real punctuation to a groove or a performance or an improvisation. Think about where to put the fills. It's always best to try and put a fill at the end of a section if you're going to use one, and it just adds a lift into the next section. So that might be at the end of a verse or a chorus into the next thing. It's saying, we've arrived here, that was great, now we're moving on. In this example, we've created variation and development through different hi-hat sounds and techniques, and creative and appropriately placed fills.